I will never, ever watch this movie again. I think that this will not be neither a blockbuster nor a super hit. I mean, this is a nice, funny movie. And yes, you can give us a little bit of shocks, but you cannot do this to us. He can't play a 25-year-old anymore. Audience was totally shocked, and we said, Nein, was soll das? So ein Scheiß, which means, what a crap, what are you doing? You see that I'm angry. I'm really, really angry about this. Already some people wanted to leave the theater. So I said, what are you doing here, Rani? What is this? The director he killed his own movie. Hi, it's me, Alisa from Germany. Today I will talk about Rajkumar Hirani's new movie, Dunki. First, I will talk about the plot and then about the rest of the movie. Okay, the movie is about a group of Indians who want to migrate to the UK. It's in 85, in the years 85. First, they try to achieve their goal more or less legally. One plan is to get the student visa, and therefore they have to learn English. And so they are all together in an English class, and they want to pass the English test. But only one of the many students passes the test and gets the visa. He goes to Great Britain, and then he calls his friends. On the phone, he tells Zuki, played by Vicky Kaushal, that his ex-girlfriend has committed suicide because Zuki couldn't come to Great Britain because he didn't get the visa. After this phone call, Zuki kills himself. He commits suicide. He burns himself alive. And then the friends are so shocked that they decide to go to the UK anyway on the Dunki trip, which means they have to pass a lot of countries, and it's very dangerous and it's illegal, but they do it with the help of Hardy. Hardy is played by Shah Rukh Khan, and he's a soldier, so he's a very good companion on this trip. So they go on this trip. It's very hard, very dangerous, and a lot of horrible things happen. And then they come to Great Britain. In Great Britain, they find out that life is not so good as they have thought. They try to live their lives. Then there is a situation where Manu, played by Tapse Panu, tries to make a sham marriage, a sham wedding, and then the police comes and arrests all of them. The friends, Manu and Hadi. Then they find themselves in front of a judge, and because they have committed a fraud, and now what can they do? And the only possibility to stay in the UK is to seek asylum. And in order to seek asylum, they have to lie. And what do they have to do? They put a recipient on the table, and they say that in this box there are the ashes of Suki. And then they have to say that the Indian police has killed Suki, and that they are persecuted by the Indian police, and they fear for their lives. Then Hadi stands in front of the judge and says, no, I can't say this. This is a lie. India is not persecuting us. I'm not in a danger. I just want to have a better life. And that's why he's then sent back to India. And the other two lie, and then they stay in the UK. 25 years later, Manu calls Hadi and tells him that she wants to come back to India, and she can't get a visa for India because the Indian government hasn't forgotten what they have said about India in the past, and they don't want to give them a visa. Now they are British citizens and they can't enter India legally. So she calls Hardy and he tells them that he will find a way to bring them to India. He finds a way to bring them to India. It's a very funny way, and I've laughed a lot. And then they come to India. And then something happens what is very horrible for me. I will tell you later. So this is the story about Indians who go to the UK and who come back. So it's a story about migration. Okay, first I will tell you about the positive sides of the movie, and then I will tell you about the negative sides. So the jokes are very funny. And I have laughed so much in this movie. It's incredible. I've laughed out loud, and all the people in the audience have laughed a lot. For example, Boman Hirani was the teacher in this English class, and he was so funny. One of the students wanted to go to the toilet and he couldn't say it in English. And Irani said, you have to say lavatory. May I go to the lavatory? And then he made a song out of it, and all the class was singing, I want to go to the lavatory. He has to go to the lavatory. And it was so funny. It was a very funny scene. The second thing, which was very funny, was Vicky Kaushal. His name is Suki in the movie. And he was in front of the examiner. And the examiner said to him, are you nervous? And then he didn't understand this word. And then the examiner said, are you anxious? And he didn't understand the word. And then the examiner said, are you tense? And Vicky Kaushal said, present tense or past tense? And we laughed a lot because it was funny. And the whole movie was full of these crazy jokes and very funny scenes. There was also a scene where Shah Rukh Khan was drunk, Hardy was drunk, and he made the scene work very well. So the jokes were very good. The cinematography was very good, a lot of different colors and joyful, and I liked it very much. And then the songs were also good. There is one song where Hardy is declaring his love, and the choreography is very, very nice. It's called Luta Putta Gaya, I think. I hope that I have pronounced it correctly. It's a very funny song and very well done, and I thought, wow. The actors are also very good, especially Vicky Kaushal. His performance is excellent. He was only in the movie for 20 minutes, but he was absolutely top notch. So his motivations to go to England were his ex-girlfriend had married a rich Indian from England. She wanted to marry him, but the parents chose the rich Indian from England. And she was very sad because the rich Indian from England abused her, and she was afraid to be killed by her husband. And Vicky Kaushal wanted to go to England and to rescue her, to bring her back to India. And when he didn't get his visa, he was so disappointed that he killed himself. And he was so good. He was, in my opinion, the best actor of the whole movie. He was so good. I really think he's a very good actor. Taapsee Pannu was also good. She had to show us a scene where she was nearly raped when they were on the Dunki trip. There was a soldier who wanted to rape her. And then Hardy, Shah Rukh Khan's character, who was a soldier, killed 3 people, and she was totally traumatized by the fact that she was nearly raped, and that Shah Rukh Khan's character Hardy had killed 3 people in front of her. And she was really, really good. And on the comedic level, she's also a very fine actress, so she's very, very good. I can't say anything wrong about Shah Rukh Khan. He has done a very good job. And Irani, I always say Irani, Boman Irani, he was so funny. I really loved his performance. So I can't say anything bad about the comedic side of the story. And yes, about the dialogues, everything is fine. But where is the problem? There is a very big problem, and that is the negative side. The problem is the ending of the movie. There are 3 endings, and the 3 endings are horrible. I will tell you why. There is the first ending, which is very cruel and shocking. I will tell you later what it is all about. It was so shocking that the whole audience was totally shocked. The second ending is a tone shift. It is preachy and a documentary. And the third ending is a funny scene, which came after the documentary, and we all say. So I said, "What are you doing here, Rani? What is this?" So it was like a dish where you put a bitter soup, and then you put a sausage on it, and on the top of the sausage you put some kind of cupcake. Totally a mix that doesn't work at all. And I don't understand why nobody said to Hirani, "Sir, you can't do this. This will not work." So I will explain to you what I mean. So Manu, played by Taapsee Pannu, falls in love with Hadi while they are on their trip to the UK. And we see that both of them love each other very well, and the chemistry between the 2 of them was very, very good. While they were learning English together, they saw a movie in which a man proposed in front of the Big Ben in London. And Taapsee Pannu's character loved this so much, and she found it so romantic. So Hadi decided that he wanted to propose in front of the Big Ben. When they were in the UK, he tried to do it, but you know, in these comedies, always something happens, and he couldn't propose to her. Then he was deported to India, and he couldn't propose to her. And then the 2 of them, they lied to each other that they had married, but they hadn't married. And so nobody tried to be together with the other during the whole movie. Now, when Manu called Hadi after 25 years, they met in Dubai, and then they discussed how they would come back. And the first thing that shocked all of us was that she said, "I only have 1 month to live, and I've got terminal cancer." And then all of us said, "Oh!" And it was not necessary to make her ill. It was cruel. It was very, very cruel, because we all thought, why? There is no need to make her die. If the director wanted her to come back to India, he could have had another reason, but no, she had to die, and she wanted to be in India for the last time. So Hadi made everything happen, and they came back to India, and then she saw her house, and on the top of the house he had built a fake Big Ben, and then he proposed to her in a very, very, very romantic scene. He looked to the Big Ben and switched on the Spotify in order to make the sound of the Big Ben. Dun, 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 dun. And then he turned around to her, and she was dead. And the whole audience was totally shocked, and we said, "Nein, was soll das? So ein Scheiß," which means, what a crap, what are you doing? Why? And we were totally shocked when she was dead. She, like this. And then I thought later, when I was in the car, I thought, just imagine where Zara, they meet after 20 years, and then Zara is on the bike of where, and then she has a heart attack, falls down and dies. If Yash Chopra and Aditya Chopra had done this to the audience, then everybody would have shouted at them and would have said, "What are you doing, sir?" And it wouldn't have become a classical movie. You see that I'm angry. I'm really, really angry about this. And I talked to my friend when we were in our car, and we discussed that it had been possible to do other kinds of endings. So after this, and we hadn't digested this horrible scene. Zack, they showed a documentary about migration, and then we thought, huh? What are you doing with us? Manu's body is still warm, and you are telling us and giving us facts about migration. This was not good. And after that, already some people wanted to leave the theater. Then suddenly he put there some kind of funny scene with the three men who have survived, old men. And then there was a joke about the Dunki trip. And then the film was over. When the people left the cinema, they were talking all the time and saying, I don't like it. Either they were very angry or they were totally shocked, like this, like zombies. They left the cinema. And in my opinion, the director he killed his own movie. He really killed his own movie. And it was not necessary to kill her. It was really, really stupid. I was talking to my friend Barbara, and we said, for example, she could have come back because her mother was dying and she wanted to see her for the last time. I know this has happened a lot in movies, but that's life. I also came back when my father was dying. This is totally normal in life, that you come back when your parents are dying, for example. Or that she was very ill and then she would have been healed by Ayurveda. Then you could have shown that Indian medicine is very good. And the two of them could have married and lived happy. And then they could have made speeches about the Dunki trip and informed the people. So then you would have all the information. So after this ending, I was so shocked, and I thought I will never, ever watch this movie again. And I think that this is a big problem, a huge problem. And I think that this will not be neither a blockbuster, nor a super hit, nor a hit. I think it will be average or perhaps half a hit, because people don't want to see this. I mean, this is a nice, funny movie. And yes, you can give us a little bit of shocks. And yes, you can do a lot of things, but you cannot do this to us. You cannot make a movie when at the end she dies. It had no sense. If, for example, she had sacrificed herself on Dunki Way, and somebody wanted to kill Hardy and she would have put herself like this, then it would have been okay, but no, not like this. So this is my biggest problem of the movie, and I think that it will not be financially very, very successful. I've looked at the budget. It was 120 crore and they have earned 211 crore. Today is Christmas. Merry Christmas, 25th of December. So they have already gained enough money so that this movie is not a flop. But I don't think that it will be a super duper success. So what is good is that they have talked about migration. It is an important subject, yes. And this is very, very good, but the rest is not good. Yes, and the second problem I have with this movie is that Shah Rukh Khan is 58 years old and that he's playing a 25-year-old man. And I have already had this problem in 2012 when I watched Jab Tak Hai Jaan. And then he said in the movie, I'm 25 years old, and the whole audience burst into laughter in 2012. And now it's 11 years later. And I think even though I really love Shah Rukh Khan, I really love him, they should have given this movie to somebody else, for example, Ranveer Singh or somebody else. He can't play a 25-year-old anymore. So in a conclusion, it is a very, very funny movie, very nice characters and everything, but the ending kills it. It is like as if you drive with the car against the wall. It's horrible. So I will give this movie a D. That's what I mean, what I think about, and I won't watch it again. I'm too disappointed. So what do you think about this movie? Have you watched it? And what do you think about it? Do you like some things? What do you like? Tell me, I'm really, really interested. Do you think the same like me? Or do you think, Alisa, what are you saying? So that's all from me now. Have a nice evening. Merry Christmas. And we will see the next time. Bye.